In terms of political education or education in general, there is still a way to go to become really innovative and really interactive with people. Our foundation is about political education, and we do this from a liberal point of view. And much too often, we and also our partners in civic education or in political parties preach and teach freedom and democracy and responsibility and empowerment of people from a stage. And we expect our participants to listen and then be empowered, go home and realize freedom and democracy.
I think that political startups innovate politics, for example, by an intense use of technology. So if you look at, for example, the development of manifestos, political startups often use tools, platforms to co-develop those manifestos with their members together, but also with the public. So it's possible today, for example, to use such a process not only for policy and content development, but also for mobilization. So you can reach many, many more people, and so therefore you can grow much quicker than in the past. I think you innovate politics by trying lots of different things in a systematic way, by failing often, but then by learning from those failures and applying the insights and carrying on. I think this is how I innovate politics, and this is what political entrepreneurs do for a living.
We actually organized a mapping of digital influencers in our area, because this is like an unbeaten path, and we discovered so many interesting things. So we saw how effective it is to work and to involve influencers in digital campaigns. They have so much more power, and they are more trustworthy than traditional media. So when an influencer is launching a call to action, people are more eager to respond and to engage, because they respect, they trust, they are more loyal to this authentic, natural, influencer, like compared to some TV media personality, for example.
The Friedrich-Naumann Foundation for Freedom is actually a very capable hub for innovators. We collect change makers from all over the world. We bring them together and make them think about problems, challenges, and come up with solutions. And innovation is a great part of it. It's a really important part of it. We think about it as a tool, and we want to utilize it to actually spread our message, spread our content, and solve problems citizens have today.
We have to combine different channels. That's why we invest our efforts in activities like media literacy in classroom. We are thinking maybe of starting a project with media literacy for elderly people, which is something new. We try to make activism combining with lobby, for example. So we have to be very flexible and to find different ways to be effective.
If you are a startup, everyone is expecting that you're going to innovate. How startups work, they pick one particular problem and they focus on solving that problem. And there is always a need to innovate in order to solve the problem. So innovation has lots of power in order to fix the problem and commercialize that. That's why we always, in our platforms, in our formats, when we invite different inspirational speakers, when we do knowledge and experience sharing to our audience when they come, we always have this strong message that innovation is really important, and we all have to try to innovate in our fields, in our topics, in our startups, in our business. because innovation matters and innovation is really important.
Innovation practice, probably I would give an example of the movement which was supported also by many initiatives of this movement were supported by the Friedrich-Naumann Foundation. This movement, civic society movement, is called Liberate Crimea. So activists from all over the world who were not indifferent to the problem of occupation of Crimea decided to establish a movement, the aim of which is the deoccupation of Crimea, Crimean Peninsula, and solidarity with the Crimea and Crimean Tatar people. Within this movement, actually, we launched several initiatives. The first one is the traveling of the Crimean Tatar flag. A huge flag of the Crimean Tatar people traveled through 28 countries.
The main idea of our GoCamp project, we, by the way, developed the program for camps with foreign volunteers on the topic of innovations. We want to equip students, school children and university students with the innovative thinking. With the idea is to change the mindset, to use all modern tools that are now available to give the opportunity to be proactive participants, to give the knowledge how to be active, how to get involved into the activism, to give these instruments and tools to youth.